We get to talk about the stories that you do not want to talk about ordinarily, but we get to, bring them out so that we can get your reaction. And today is not going to be any different on this show today, because we just know the right spice to just put to your day to make sure that we have our lines buzzing and at the same time we have you talking. And on that note, this is us officially welcoming you to the show that always gets you talking about the girlfriend. Absolutely, and that's on period. Yes, it's going to be from now until top of the hour, 2 o'clock. Oh, 1:55 rather, 1:54, 1:55 thereabout, because we have to pave the way for the news update at 1:55. But before then, we are definitely going to have a lot to talk about here with you on the other side as well. My name is Cassandra Yunumbe.
My name is Nancy.
All right, Nancy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right, now let's just go right into it. So we got this message, and it's just talking about if it's possible for someone to be a great father and be a terrible husband, or someone to be a great mother and be a terrible wife. Now this message was from an anonymous person. They say, we got married 5 years ago. We have two lovely kids. Our daughter is 4 and our son just turned 2. When it comes to them, my husband is everything any child could ask for. Present, patient, playful, involved. He never misses a school event. He's the kind of dad who knows their shoe sizes, their favorite cartoon characters, and the exact way they like their cereal. Watching him with them melts my heart. But when it comes to me, their mother, his wife, he's a different person entirely. Cold, dismissive, often irritated by my presence. We don't talk unless we have to. Most times I feel invincible unless the kids are around. He hasn't told me I love you in 2 years. Wow, we haven't had a real intimate conversation in even longer. No abuse, no cheating that I know of, just a long, painful silence. Sometimes I feel like a living nanny. I cook, I clean, I plan, I manage the home, and he does the fun parts of parenting while I carry the mental and emotional load of everything else. I have brought it up a few times. I have brought up a few times. I have brought it up a few times. His response, we have kids now. Marriage is not a romance movie, so I stopped talking. Okay, so his response would be, we have kids now. Marriage is not a romance movie. Okay, so I stopped talking and started hurting quietly. People keep saying, you are lucky, at least he's a good father. Many don't even stay, but is that enough? Do I sacrifice my own emotional needs for the sake of having a picture perfect family? That I want a husband who sees me, not just the kids, that I want to laugh, connect, feel loved again? Or is this just what marriage looks like after a few years and a couple of babies? I don't know anymore, but every time I see him hug them, I feel both grateful and heartbroken. So in a nutshell, is it possible for someone to be a good parent and a bad partner? Is it very possible for someone to be a great father and a terrible husband in this case? Now, how would you even judge this matter? Do you feel like the man is no longer in love with his wife, or he's just trying to I do not even know how to put it at the end of the day, but well, what do you think, Nancy?
Some people they can show their kids love, attention, care, but they will still maltreat their partner. So it actually depends. Maybe there's something like the partner has done to him that really offends him, but he doesn't want like the kids to be like, okay, why is our dad treating? So it doesn't. Some people, it depends. A man can show his love and care, but
in 2 years, like in 2 years, according to what she has said, he has not really said I love you to her, like being very intentional about her. But he's a very good dad from what she has said. So like you just said something. Is it possible that there's something that she did that he's not talking about? Because I really do not understand how someone can love what comes out of a woman but will not love the woman to a point that she is feeling like she's just a nanny to the kids. She's not really a wife because he's not giving her that opportunity, or should I say he's not making her feel like that.
I feel it's possible. I have heard so many stories about that. Okay, there's this story one of my friends in school told me. She was that she has one of a friend. Okay, the lady got pregnant. So they asked her, you know, when the only before that they would say, okay, if someone impregnates you, you marry that person. So okay, and the man they wasn't very interested in her, but he accepted her, her child. But he always maltreat her. But the children he always take care of. So
okay, like he loves his children, but he doesn't love
her. Now I say there was something. Maybe the man doesn't even love her at all, or maybe they have issue because some people can be good to their children. Okay, they don't want the children to be like okay,
but those kids came out from that woman that you don't love or you don't like. So if you don't like someone anymore, why are you still holding on to the person? Why not just tell the person that, hey, see, this marriage is not working? Or do you feel he's waiting for her to be the one to call it off or what?
Maybe he's waiting for her, okay, to be like, okay, so come there, so they'll be able to have a conversation, or he's waiting for like the perfect time, okay, because he doesn't want the kids, like I say, to just feel okay. Why is he bad? He doesn't want to be like a bad father to also the kids. Also be a bad father to the husband. Also be a bad father to the kids.
He's not being a bad father, but from what we see here, he's being a bad husband. I think that this just reinforces the fact that people can be good fathers or mothers without being good spouses
to their partner.
Yes, to their partners, because from what we see, the man is showing up beautifully for his children, and that's fine, very fine. But the fact that he does not recognize where these children come from, because you do not make children alone. You make kids with somebody. So if you are showing up for your children and you do not care how the mother of these kids feel, then there's a big problem. And for me, I would say maybe it's time for this woman to have a conversation again, because if the man is being dismissive, saying, oh, and it's not a romance movie or something, like that's a very dismissive way of addressing your partner's concerns, right? Because your partner is feeling a certain way and they've tried to reach out to you to tell you that this is how you make me feel. I just feel like a nanny. I don't feel like I'm your wife, because my only responsibility is to make sure that the children look good. If you want to go out with them, let them look good. And from what I see, I'm assuming that this is the type of man that if he wants to go out, he will pick only the children and he will not bother.
Which is very bad.
I don't know how to put this, but maybe there's something that this woman is not entirely saying. But if there isn't anything, she might just want to have a conversation with this man again, because from what this person is saying, and I just want to ask, was he always like this? Because you know that there are some signs that we ignore. They might not be very bold during courtship, but there are signs that people ignore when they are trying to get married. They'll be like, oh, he's going to change, or he's going to be a different person when we get into marriage and all of that. But the moment you get into marriage with this person, you now start seeing those things that, oh, they were not really little signs after all. They were big red flags
and
that I should have taken very seriously.
Some people can even hide characters. It's only when the girl get married, see everybody moving out there, showing out their real self. That's I was watching a movie. Like the way he was properly this lady love. Only for them to just get married on their wedding and tell her that I don't love you. I just get married to you just because I need a child. I was like, the woman was just busy crying. Because just see somehow to.
Okay, now I first of all would want to say that this woman is not feeling crazy, or is not crazy for feeling this way or feeling like she's being dismissed, and at the same time she's not asking for too much, because this is her husband, for goodness sake. And a lot of women or a lot of men are in relationships like this. I've heard men complain that some women prioritize only their children. Like once they get married, everything is kids. Even their husbands will not eat enough food in the house. Everything they will say, oh, it's for the children. It's for, and maybe they are doing this not really consciously, that you are sidelining your spouse. You know, I've heard people, men talk about this, that once they get married and kids start to come, you see that their wives begin to prioritize the children more. Now, nobody's saying you shouldn't place your children up. Your children should be well taken care of course, but that is where balance comes in. When you fail to balance things up, your husband or your wife is now feeling neglected. Like
it sounds somehow.
It happens. It does happen. So we want to hear from you now. Have you ever been in this situation? Is it possible for someone to be a good parent and a bad partner? Let's hear from you. Have you seen a situation like this? And what would you say to this very distressful woman who is talking about this, sharing her experience with us here this afternoon? Let's hear from you. 090-7353-0044 is the number to connect with us right here on the show. What do you have to say? 090-7353-0044 is the number to reach out to us here on the Girlfriend Show, or 090-9705-4450. What's your take on this one? Is it possible for someone to be a bad parent and a good partner at the same time, or have you ever experienced something like this? Okay, I think we have our first call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, what's your name, please, and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay.
My name is Cynthia.
All right, please, Cynthia, what part of Abuja
Well
are you
done for
calling
your
us?
good job.
Thank you so
You are
much.
doing a great work.
Thank
God
you.
bless
We
you.
appreciate you.
I want to say that concerning the topic you're talking about, it's not. Huh?
We can hear you, please. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I said I am calling from Abuja.
Yes, and we noted that. You started talking.
I said God bless you for a wonderful program like this.
Okay.
We appreciate.
Yes.
Thank you so
I
much.
said I want to comment, not particularly I, but a friend of mine. She's passing through such things.
Okay.
The husband care for the children. They hardly care for her. You cannot see them sitting down discussing anything. She doesn't know his mind. He doesn't know how she's feeling, whether she's sick, she's not sick. All is the children. All is the children.
Oh my goodness.
And how can we come out of this? You know, you can never see them sitting down discussing husband and wife, laughing together, even good morning. At times it's hard.
Wow.
So she's really passing through all this. I don't know whether there is any advice that can be given that will help her. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Now, this is the same situation that we are talking about here, like your friend or someone that you know. This person has brought up their own case. I remember I said that a lot of people are going through this, not just the women, but even the men are going through this. And they are finding it difficult to just interact with their partners or even speak about it with their partners, because it's either they get gaslighted or they get dismissed. And right now, some people just get to prioritize their kids over their partners without understanding that, oh, one person is feeling hurt. One person is feeling hurt. So where do we go from here? Let's hear you this afternoon. 090-7353-0044 is the number to connect with us, or 090-9705-4450. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, Genesis. How are you doing today?
Very fine.
Okay. All right, very well. Go ahead, please.
I work.
Very well. It's been a long time. How have you been?
I can't see something. Okay, or just that. You know, get this out this country now. Just this country.
Okay. We're finding it difficult to hear you, but let's try. Please go ahead.
My God, this topic now. Even if there was the reason I'm whether that kind of thing.
Oh, Genesis, what happened now? Well, you can call us back. 090-7353-0044 is the number to call us here on radio this afternoon. Hello? Hello? Oh, what's going on? Network providers, please be nice. Let's pick some calls here on the Girlfriend Show. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. My name is Mr. John.
All right, Mr. John, good to hear from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, this type of problem used to come up in family. In many families, but even I myself, I'm involved. What is that? Is that when you marry a woman, are you hearing me?
Yes, please go ahead.
You see the character of the woman before marrying the woman. But when you marry the woman in your house, when she started being children for you, her character will change.
Okay.
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Her character she will change, and when that character change, hatred will enter. Are you getting me? That is what happened to me directly. When you see a woman, she will be playing well, she will be doing well. You see her, she will you will see, yes, this is a complete woman being. But when you marry her into your house, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, when she see that maybe her body get a shit off, she see that her body enter you, then she will bring good of a character on her. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Then that is hatred. And when you love somebody and the hatred comes, that hatred will go the way that you love that person. That is what is happening in this type of
So
situation.
if you hate somebody that is your wife or your husband, why not let them go? Why not tell them that you are done with this marriage? Why are you living with someone that you hate?
Some, you see, some family, they will be supporting.
Hello? Oh, what's going on now? Well, call us back to just conclude your take here. We are waiting for you to give us a call back because I'm really interested in knowing why you live with someone you hate. Oh my goodness, we missed that one. Let's pick it. Hello? Oh, well, Uche, call us back now. We'll definitely pick your call. 09073530044 is the number to reach out to us here. What do you have to say as regards this? Is it possible for someone to be a good father or good wife, but a bad partner? Hello?
Hello, Cassie. Good afternoon.
Hi, Uche. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, good to hear from you. Please go
My
ahead.
regards to your guest in the studio.
Good afternoon.
Cassie,
Yes, Uche.
it is very, very much possible for one to be a good parent but a bad partner. And I think, just like you rightly said earlier before, could it be as a result of ignoring the red flag during courtship or dating? Because all of those things does not just come all of a sudden. There are some people who are just like that. They don't know how to strike a balance. And during courtship or dating, that is the essence of courtship or dating. When a man began to tell you about his children, I love children, if you give that to my children, you would try to know where that attention of that man is going to. And come to think about it, communication is one thing that sustains relationship. Even though somebody becomes a bad partner, so to say, tomorrow, it doesn't just become bad all of a sudden. It could be lack of proper communication between the man and the woman. And everything or the situation gets skyrocketed. And now everybody the home becomes like a police station. When you enter, you greet the children, you buy and go. So communication is one vital key. You should be able to ask yourself, how communicative is my partner? When we communicate, you should be able to assess the man, assess the woman on that process of communication. Know how effective he or she is in communicating. Even when there is disputes in the family or when you want to air out your opinion, that is when you know that this man can give you attention. But for some people, just like you said, that if someone that says, if not, you have many men today say, if not for children, nothing will make me marry a woman. You can imagine men like that, men who have such mentality, and eventually something happened and the attention was not called and it wasn't discussed. It has never been talking. You can just imagine the kind of home or the kind of partner that person could be. Of course, the children here may be innocent of whatever that may happen in the home, but then How about the relationship, the mother and the father? And sometimes they also felt that their children is innocent, thereby they are damaging those children indirectly because they are watching, seeing how their parents relate to each other. It will also transfer. It will also transfer in how they relate with themselves as siblings in the family. So communication is very vital, and you cannot be a good parent at times and be a bad partner. It will definitely have a negative impact on the children.
Okay. All right, Uche, thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's going to have a negative impact on the kids, according to you. 09073530044 is the number to reach out to us here on Eagles FM Abuja. It is the Girlfriend Show, and we just want to find out, is it possible for someone to be a good parent and a bad partner? Yes. Now, in case you missed it, someone just reached out talking about the fact that their husband is a good father to their children. He takes the kids out, they do all kind of stuff that parents would do with their children, but when it has to do with her, he is not really attentive. He is very dismissive of her. What would you say about this, and what would you advise? Now, the very first caller that called us here on the show also talked a similar experience, even though not from her, but from someone she knows. Now, in case you can provide a solution, what would you advise this woman or these women to do, or this man to do? Now, we always acknowledge that this situation not only peculiar to women, but men also experience things like this. We talked about some men complain about the fact that once children begin to come in, you see that the woman is no longer attentive to them. The woman no longer pays much attention to how they feel, what they eat, or how they are being taken care of. Have you ever experienced something like this? How were you able to handle it? Let's hear from you this afternoon. 09073530044 is the number for you to reach out to us here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can always count on.
The hits for your drive home.
Eagles 102.3.
Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm well. How is work?
Very well, thank you. So what's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Blessing, calling from Abuja here in Dede.
All right, Blessing. Good to hear from you. Please go ahead.
Okay, it's very, very possible for one to be a good parent and a bad partner.
Tell me about it.
Now, my question is, how can you love your children more than your wife, knowing well that they will marry and leave you one day? They will now remain you and your wife. It's very bad.
Big answer.
My husband I'm a mother of 3 children.
Okay.
My husband, see, if I beat my children, one of them, the two will start crying because the love I've shown them, because the love with the parents we have shown to ourselves. How can you go out, you take your children out, you leave your wife at home? It's wrong. My husband doesn't do that. And any man that tries it is bad. Please, let's correct it today. Thank you.
Okay, now let me ask you something, Blessing.
Ma,
No, this is someone's reference story. We are referencing someone's story here, and she's looking for solutions. What would you advise her to do?
Okay. My advice to her, let her call the husband and ask him what's the problem.
Okay.
And secondly, she should talk to God about it.
Okay. Pray to God about it and talk to the husband. Thank you so much, Blessing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, keep listening to Eagles FM Abuja, your radio experience you can always count on. Let's hear you this afternoon as we continue to take your calls right here. 09073530044 is the number. Hello.
Hello, Cassie.
Hi, Uche. How are you doing?
Yeah. Fine. You check all that.
Okay.
Cassie, I think my suggestion to her is for her to express her concern to her husband.
Okay.
To find out the reason why he is behaving the way he's behaving. And it may surprise you to know that the man may not even know that he is actually doing this thing to this woman until his attention is being called to it. Now, it will now be his response and reaction after his attention has been called to it, what he would do in order to correct it. That is when she will now determine whether it's intentional or it's something that she's just going to live with.
Okay.
If we can live with it. But if you cannot live with it, I'm not going to tell her the decision because I'm not going to advise anybody to leave his marriage or her marriage.
Okay, Uche.
But
okay, Uche.
you know
Now,
what?
if the script was
yeah.
flipped, let's say your wife, right, was treating you this way, how would you handle it?
Well, like I said before, I will call her attention to it and express my feelings. That is only when I will know if it is intentional. Her action after my communication with her will now tell me if she's intentionally doing it or choose to misplace priorities. In as much as our children is concerned, it is our responsibility to love them, but not at the expense of the parents, both of us. We should always have time for ourselves. But on the process where we lack this time, no communication, you know that something is definitely wrong, and one person must have to take the responsibility, either the man or the woman.
Okay. All right, Uche. Thank you so much. 09073530044 is the number to call us here, or 09097054450. Send us a message on WhatsApp, or you can go ahead and send us a voice note if you do not want to call us. It will serve as well. I think at this point, let's go for a breather, and when we come back, we'll continue with the conversation here on The Girlfriend Show.
Nothing but feel-good tunes to get you home after work.
Keeps me moving when I'm stuck in traffic.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Girl, I can tell he's been lying and pretending that he's faithful and he loves you.
Hanging out with friends is such a hobby, but chilling with your girlfriends? Such a bolster. We talk about love, family, relationship, the shady, hilarious, fun, juicy, messy gossip in town, and the gentlemen on that table. Girlfriends, Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m. Exclusive to Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just
20,000 naira?
Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Nothing but feel-good tunes to get you home after work.
Keeps me moving when I'm stuck in traffic.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Girl, I can tell he's been lying and pretending that he's faithful and he loves you.
Hanging out with friends is such a hobby, but chilling with your girlfriends? Such a bolster. We talk about love, family, relationship, the shady, hilarious, fun, juicy, messy gossip in town, and the gentlemen on that table. Girlfriends, Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m.
Alrighty, good to know that you're tuned and listening to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can always count on. Yes, let's hear from you this afternoon, 28 minutes to top of the hour, 2 o'clock, and it's still the Girlfriend Show here. Let's hear from you this afternoon. Now, we're just talking about the sister who has reached out to Ross about what she's going through at the moment. Yeah, I think 5 years into marriage, and her husband is already giving the kids more attention. And let's also note that she's spoken about it with her husband, even though his response has not been very encouraging. In her words, according to him, he said, "We have kids now. Marriage is not a romance movie." Hey, I'm already guessing what part of the country this man is from. Anyway, let's hear you. Nancy said she wanted to add something before we pick your calls.
I would say all this is called situationships.
Okay. You feel it's a situationship and not a marriage.
Yes. And again, what I would like to say is that, like the other caller said, you pray to God, then you ask, okay, what? Well, if you still, then you can leave him alone, but still be persuading him, like have this thought in mind. But I will not advise you, like the other caller said, I will not advise you to like leave, because both parents need parental love. So imagine you say, okay, you want to leave because of this. You just have to stay there, try your best to make him. I know you cannot please someone, but at least try your best to see that, okay, to have good reasons about you. Maybe there's something he's hiding and you don't want to, but you being good of yourself, he might just.
For me, I would say that I would be very realistic and very honest. I know that people hate the idea of, oh, leave your marriage, every small thing, pack your bags and go. But sometimes maybe that pack your bags and go gives time for reset. Can we normalize separation? Like, can we just normalize that word separation in this part of the world, where if someone is not feeling another person anymore, I'm not saying go and divorce or end the marriage, there is something called separation. You can just give each other space for a while. Like, maybe your family members will not even know about it, like, just give the man space and just go about your normal life. There are some people that they live in the same house and you will not even feel they are connected.
It's a matter of living home. You can still be at home, okay, stay in different rooms. Okay, let me just give him time to think.
For me, like I was saying, let's normalize separation. Yes, because some people feel, of course, marriage is very honorable. Marriage is something that should be enjoyed by both parties. It's not supposed to be
one-sided.
Yes, it's not supposed to be a one-sided thing where it's just one person domineering over another. It should be a situation where everybody feels the same. Yes, you cannot please everybody, but at least we should have the 99 when it has to do with marriage. Now, somebody is clearly prioritizing his children over you. If it feels like he enjoys being a dad more than he enjoys being a husband, because maybe he feels like this is what normal marriage should be. Like, doesn't he see how his friends treat their wives, or is this how his own friends treat their wives? Maybe, I do not know where he's getting this whole idea from, or maybe he's just who he thinks he is, or what he feels is normal. So for me, I think that people should normalize separation.
That's how his friends treat their wives. That means he's in the midst of his enemies.
But there are some people that actually feel, I think Uche said something, that sometimes people do not see anything wrong with what they are doing. But he's clearly saying that marriage is not a romance movie. So I don't see someone who is ignorant here. There are men who are deliberately wicked. Like, they are wicked. They just want to punish the woman. Maybe for something she did once they were dating. And then, for some people, getting married to a particular person is like an achievement for them. Or it's like how do I put it? Like a goal scoring point. They just want to score points. Like, yes, you were for me, but now I've gotten married to you. Not like they really love. People do crazy things. You'll be shocked at the reasons people get married. Some people get married for love. Other people get married because they feel like this person is my person. But some people get married just because they want to score cheap points. And you might be shocked at the cheap points that people want to score with just the marriage narrative. Now, for me, I would say that if communication dies and your partner is refusing to try, let's normalize separation. And if it's looking like emotional neglect is becoming a daily for you, is a constant, it's best you guys give it a break. I'm not saying divorce, because I know some people will come from my head and say, oh, you're telling her to leave the marriage. Our mothers and our fathers used to be like this. And I think that statement that our mothers and our fathers used to be like this has held people down in situations that ordinarily they were not supposed to be. And like you said, it's a situationship. It's not a marriage. Imagine the only role that this woman is playing is roommate, housemate, maid. And one thing is, the more the man is doing that, the children are also picking it. They are seeing it, because how do you now treat our mom like she's just a maid?
What do you even want them to even treat their own partner?
You know, at some point, you're even going too far. At some point, they will not even respect the mother.
Yes.
You know, there are some men that will tell, oh, talk to your mother anyhow. Like, according to them, it's play, but they normalize that. You'll be shocked at the kind of things that people do to their spouses in their homes. You'll be shocked. And at the end of the, like I said, as much as we all want the narrative of a stable marriage, we all want longevity in our homes. People want to get married forever, for after. Better for worse and everything. There's some type of words that are worse, and it's like coming for your life, to be honest. So for me, what I would say is, take a break from this marriage. It is time for you to give yourself that attention. And maybe you might want to take this break without involving family. Just tell him that you're going for a vacation or something. If you can afford the means, travel out of the country. If you cannot, go with a friend. Just see how you can clear your head.
Some family member can even watch the wish.
I think that way it will clarity to really think if she wants to continue with this marriage or not, because it's just 5 years. Yes, I know some people will say, oh, just 5 years. How can you say marriage is just 5 years? Marriage is not something you walk in and walk out, I admit. However, it's important that we stop seeing separation as weakness. We stop seeing separation as a failure or people giving up because something they pass person. At some point, if your self-respect is threatened, you just have to allow things to just go or die a natural death. Because at this point, from what I'm seeing, that man does not see a wife in this woman. He probably does not even see a mother in her, because how do you treat the mother of your children like this? And then there are other women who also do this as well. Like I was telling you, you see them, they don't really pay attention to their husbands. They pay more attention to their kids. Anything, if it's food in the house, oh, it's for the children. No, it's for the, like, they do that. Some I would say they do it unknowingly, but other people, they know what they are doing. And someone said something that all my time living, I've come to realize that there is nothing anyone is doing that they do not know. They always know what they are doing. Sometimes they might feign that ignorance that, oh, I do not know, but they do know
just
that.
Look for your anger. Some do that a lot.
They know what they are doing. So for me, I would say that love is not meant to be tolerated in silence. It is time for you to take a break from this marriage and see what works for you. Try to see if you still want to continue, because of course we all love the idea of being married. We want to be Mrs. Somebody. We also want to be somebody's husband, but that should not come at the expense of your self-worth, really. And let's also normalize the fact that we can have peaceful co-parenting. People can have children and still not be married, and they will still take care of those children. Yes, it's possible. Let's normalize healthy co-parenting so that people will not start, okay, I'm holding on because of my children. You're holding on because of the children, but the man is not seeing you. It's just like you are the stranger in the room. Every other person gets the attention except you. So for me, I would say that separation should be the way forward.
Be feeling neglected. She should be asking herself, oh God, what was all this? And she'll be feeling, okay, am I not part of his life? Or she'll be like, someone will be like, okay, what goes wrong? What went wrong? So I just feel that everything just come together. Communication that's why communication is very important in any relationship or marriage.
But the man is not even willing to communicate, because from what we have seen, it paints a picture of he goes out, comes back, okay, hello, good afternoon, good morning. It's like a student and teacher kind of thing, or should I say a boss and subordinate kind of relationship. And I think that is not the idea of what marriage is. And for me, like I said, separation for now is the key. If you think otherwise, you might drop your thoughts on Facebook. We are live, or you can send us a message. Trust us to read that out here and even send it to her. But I think at this point, we just have to take a pause. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Girlfriend Show here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. My name is Cassandra.
My name is Nancy.
The hits for your drive home.
Eagles 102.3. Competition